ESL Vanguard. Currently in Group A, we have a lovely player in the top right-hand corner, playing for no team, but representing the Teal Nation and the Terran Dominion. We have Strix.
And I'm pretty sure it is the right game speed. It looks right to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, sometimes I do feel that way. Like you just are like, did we set this right? And just because you know it's an option, you think, it's hard. I know that I've done that before. Like we just played an entire game, and then you realize, like 20 minutes in, it's too slow. But like, there's certain effects you get used to. Like say a Widow Mine blast going off or something, and then it's just slower, and you're like, that's wrong. But in either case, the guy that asked that down here on the bottom left-hand corner, we have from Team Dust, it is DreamS.
Ooh, and I'm excited to see what's going to come out of DreamS for this current matchup right here, especially as a Protoss player. I love the toss plays. Yeah. And we'll be zooming in on nothing right there, and now zooming into this SCV from Strix. Looks like a normal Reaper fast expand build out of Strix right here. What do you think really is the optimal defense out of this from DreamS? Because as we were saying with this map, like there is a lot of places to get up on, but you can't. The Reaper actually can't go up the back rocks though, so there is a little bit of defense there. Yeah,
they intentionally make that so you can't do it, and the base is so small in this. Like it's really cramped to actually build in, and you can see how DreamS has positioned his building so that the Reaper can't actually loop all the way around the mineral line. If he comes in the back, he's going to have to go through where the probes are, and very often you'll get Protoss doing this just to block this Reaper out and make it a little less obnoxious, and maybe they'll path wrong a tiny bit and actually die to a mothership core or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. And we see the Mothership Core just come out barely in time. Reaper coming in, scouting the natural, sees nothing. And out of Strix, essentially a very, very common Reaper fast expand here, getting the reactor up on the barracks. It looks like this Reaper will go after the probe, but should be pushed back. May not be pushed back. This Stalker now is out, though, so DreamS should be fine here.
Yeah, gets the one low kill, delays the Nexus by, maybe 10 seconds, something like that, and picks up the kill. Reaper generally getting 1 or 0 is pretty much what you expect. Any more than that, then something went wrong. But Reaper mostly wants to stay alive so that he can come in and scout again. But as you pointed out, it's hard on this map, and this Stalker patrolling kind of shows why it's hard. That's the only way you can get up. So making the 1 still a good idea. But, you don't see people do more than that on this map.
Yeah, Strix, pretty common to see the bunker from the Terran player Strix here. But also, I don't know if he's a little bit worried about some early aggression, because I feel like you don't necessarily need that right now. It's definitely not it's not called for in this build. You can or you can't do it, but we'll have to see. Maybe going into mech, do you think that's a possibility here? I think
so, and we know that this player likes doing it. He does bring his Reaper up to get an idea of what's going on, but that was a one-way trip as he went behind the mineral line. Saw the tech path, but dies. But yeah, you're right. Strix, I know in general, does prefer mech, and he's actually going up to a starport here as well, but he's starting to make Widow Mines. And he does tend to add on more factories as we go along. But see how he does do things.
Yeah, I'm really hoping to see some early pushes out of Strix here. I feel like I just love that very, very heavy Marine composition early on with the Widow Mines. I feel like they complement each other really, really well, especially with the medevac. Probably going for some sort of drop in the back. And from DreamS here, right now, he does have an Observer out going kind of on the left-hand side of the map. But basically, that will leave the right-hand side of the map a little bit exposed, except for DreamS quite nicely is taking that Zelnaga tower. So he has a decent chance of spotting any drops actually coming in to attack this, especially with that pile on the left-hand side of DreamS base.
Yeah, and I think
actually
that's
three observers.
Yeah, he's being extra cautious about the dropping, which is, you see more and more now of people getting multiple observers out before getting the first Immortal or anything. And he's going to want to use that for drop patrol, which is going to be the right call, as of course there is a drop coming in, and that's going right through the watchtower.
Yeah, from DreamS right here, he does spot it. And I also would like to point out just how DreamS has his Robo Bay in his natural right here. So really the only thing I'd be worried about happening is possibly that Robo Bay getting sniped, because there's one Stalker, 2 Sentries, warping in some more Zealots, and there will be a Photon Overcharge, but I feel like right there is really the only thing I'm worried about happening here. Maybe the Widowmine getting down, but I think he should be fine to delay that.
Yeah. And yeah, as soon as he sees that he's not even going to try to come in directly, he will try and land the Widowmine here. The force field, unfortunately, does not stop that. Oh my God, 6 kills.
7 actually. No, 6.
That was a lucky shot.
Will the force field actually move it so it won't be able to burrow? That's what I assume.
No, I don't think it does. I mean, I think it will continue to burrow. There's possibility it can move it, but I don't think it like stops the burrow or anything.
Yeah. I was kind of like, oh, I didn't know that. That's actually a really cool trick if you can do that, but I'm not sure if that will work like it is. ETL, Extended Thermal Lance, coming out for DreamS. Very, very standard so far. Getting +1 armor, still extremely standard. Now out of Strix here, I'm still kind of curious. He is going double refinery here, getting out this. The siege tank, obviously, but I really like the bit of mech bio play that you sometimes see out of Terra. Normally you see all mech or all bio, but definitely I like mixing it in a little bit of each, and I think it's a very powerful composition if you use it right.
Yeah, definitely, and with the Raven there to guard against like stalkers and just be kind of obnoxious, that can really be a thing, and even just the Hunter-Seeker missile or something, like it adds such utility just to have 1 or 2 of those around. Mm-hmm. Looks like he's going to try and pick up and go with a single mine again.
Yeah, and I really like from Strix going for the 3rd right now in the base, being safe about it, but definitely looking forward into the macro game here. And I like that actually only going with one Widowmine in the medevac, and I'm really liking doing that. But it looks like DreamS will be DreamS will be completely prepared for this. I keep wanting to say DreamS, and then I just remember how it specifically said Dream. Ooh, I love that.
I like this too. This is really good. Again, and it's the perfect time too. Here comes the probe that wanted to take this base. Oh, he knows.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, what's going on there?
I think he saw the medevac leave, and he knows before even going in. No.
I think it would have been cool I think it would have been cool out of Strix to also put a Marine in that and just work on these back rocks right there as it went by, because I kind of was thinking, oh, that'd be a nice little position to take right there, especially because DreamS doesn't, he is looking at it right now, he does a vision on it, but not especially a lot. And piling up 2 Colossus actually in the back of DreamS, I'm guessing he's trying to hide it for right now. Do you think, say for the 3rd, do you think that's really a good idea right now? I think it is with the amount of Colossus he has, but definitely I don't know if it's the best composition he wants versus this army.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird one. I don't think he saw the inklings of this, like he saw the Raven out, he saw 1 tank out before his observer did die. It's something that you kind of, there's no way that he can approach this army at the moment with what Protoss has, but he is adding on Immortals now. He got an extra robotics facility, so he's double pumping Immortals out. 3 Colossus for AoE and then Immortals for tanking tanks. Could work out.
Yeah, definitely. I think that'll work out, but I'm a little bit worried at least that right now I feel like he has 500 gas saved up, okay, but I feel like this is a very gas-heavy composition so far, but the biggest thing is I feel like he doesn't have any gateway units here. I mean, he's got a few Stalkers and Zealots, but there's really no gateway units that'll take the brunt of the attacks here. And with so many Widowmines, I think it's 3 Widowmines take out a Colossus, but still, with these Widowmines, it's going to be very hard. But even if he did go that heavy Zealot, again, you have still Widowmines and Hellbats and Siege Tanks. That's so much splash damage right there. I'm a little bit worried of how he's going to actually engage this army.
Yeah, it's always hard to move into Widowmine. Like, this is one of the more obnoxious and hard to deal with things, particularly with the Raven Viking combination up top. If he's good at picking off observers, can be really, really annoying because, of course, Protoss has no other real form of detection to kill the Widowmine, so you end up losing your detection straight up, and then you have no way to actually clear these fields out.
Yeah, definitely. It's very hard to actually walk through them. You got to pull back, wait for that observer, pull an observer from somewhere else, and then you don't have that vision. In the left-hand side of the map, Strix actually going for a hidden base. Now, I like the hidden base factor, but I feel like his army is too slow to actually realistically defend that.
Yeah.
Maybe some of these Marines, but I don't think that's enough, really. If somehow DreamS gets wind of this, goes and scouts it, it's going to be very, very hard for Strix to actually hold that position.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Often you'll get Terrans do this with a very mobile bioforce, and they can then choose to either defend or counterattack. Yeah, there's too many...
Yeah, 5 and 1. Just pointing that out.
And he may realize and correct that later. Of course, what Strix is doing is very gas heavy, so that should be pretty important.
Yeah,
as we go along here. And putting up the sensor tower, that's vital to any mech type of army. You have to know where people are coming and what direction they're coming in so that you can deploy your force properly. Got a warp prism coming out, and that's going to see this hidden base.
It also does have warp prism speed, which finished right now, so it'll be even better at attacking. He should see it, and I feel like just instantly warping a few units right there, and he will do that right at the edge. Probably going to go for some zealots, and he will do that. And really, the command center's done, so he can lift it up and pull it back easily, but it's still, that was a lot of his, or at least, like, okay, so right now his army is moving out to defend that point, and it looks like DreamS is doing exactly what he should be doing. That mech army is going to be out of position. Yeah, and Strix kind of knows that. He's like, ooh, what do I do? Sending those Widow Mines there, actually. I feel like maybe that's a waste of
cute way to do it. But yeah, he's going to end up doing exactly what he's doing, which is chase the force staff. That's what he wanted to do there. Yeah.
Oh, so DreamS working on the back rocks of Strix base, but there is some Vikings in a nice position, and an unsieged, two unsieged tanks, I think, really do a lot of damage right here if they get up in siege mode.
I think he got scared a little too soon. He saw that little bit of a force, and maybe thought that was the army, and it wasn't there.
No mothership.
Although, yeah, I was just going to say I was going to say you go up there and you kill some things and you recall. He can't recall.
Yeah.
That kind of hurts.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, why wouldn't you just go up and try to kill as many SCVs as you can, then get out of there? And I was like, oh wait, he can't actually do that. And coming out for Strix right now, he is at 0-1, but he will be at 1-1 soon for his mech, which will make it a lot better for him in the situation. But DreamS already at 2-2, or almost at 2-2, so he will have the upgrade advantage. But I am also a little bit worried about, I mean, you have 4 Colossus, but 3 Stalkers. There is 8 Vikings, so I really am unsure I was actually going to deal with this force right here. At first I was feeling like DreamS was in a nice position with how many Immortals, but still just, I'm a little bit wary of how he's going to actually be able to deal with this.
Yeah, it's the amount of splash provided by all the Widow Mines plus the Hellbats is just insane. And you can't approach this, and particularly on a choke like this, you can't come into this. He will bait for it a little bit here. Taking out some of the lighter stuff up front is actually good. We got Strix allowing his stuff to come forward, and now that there is more exposure, he'll do some damage. But yeah, down a ramp like that, hardened shields or not, you're going to take so much damage.
Yeah, definitely, and also just with so much area between them, I feel like if there's definitely just a whole bunch of charge lots right there, that would have they would have got slaughtered really quickly, but that would have taken up a lot of the splash damage, allowing the Mortals to get up and close and personal. And it will look like the siege tanks will siege in the third base, going on these Immortals. The Immortals trying to work through them. Some Zealots actually doing a lot of damage right there. I'm actually surprised by that. But these Widow Mines just do so much damage and actually take out both Immortals. One Widow Mine claims his claim to fame.
Yeah, basically a reset of both armies. DTs are going everywhere.
DT. Yeah. Say DT's taking out that 5th, I think I want to call it.
Yeah.
Definitely Strix reset the armies, but for DreamS, it's just kind of a strange composition. I don't really know how well that actually worked for him right there, and especially he also had the Mothership Core that no photon overcharge ever went down. I think it might have been sniped actually. It looks like it was sniped. Kind of a strange coming out of DreamS here.
Yeah, this is kind of unusual. I mean, he's holding his own right now by having these counterattacks that are preventing like the 5th base from really getting up. But Strix is stabilized almost completely now. He's got like a missile turret and mines at the 4th base with the planetary fortress. So unless you bring your whole army there, that's not going to die. And eventually this 5th is going to get up, and we're not going to have DreamS able to defend 4 bases.
Yeah, especially, I mean, 3 Immortals in probably a 17 charge lots. So really right here, I don't know how it's going to deal with this. The charge lots would be really good, but now Strix is transferred from having a lot more Widow Mines and from having tank Widow Mine to having tank Hellbat, which is still just doing very well. Now, he is having to deal with these DTs, but I mean, the DTs aren't anything right here. They're just being annoying, so it's going to a certain point where Strix will move in, and I really think DreamS is going to run at him and be cut down, mowed down before he actually can get to him.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that is the case. You kind of need... What can work with this type of army is having some position where you can do a big warp-in flank and have zealots come from the other direction. For instance, if he was to engage here, like at the 3rd base, and you were able to warp in from the 4th and have like 12 zealots come in from the other side, that can work. But
right now, this may actually work decently for DreamS. Engaging is actually going to go from behind. Oh, yeah, backing up. Now, there is no charge. Actually, no, sorry, there is charge. He'll be engaging the back of the army. Mortal's doing decent damage, but a lot of the Zealots are kind of stuck in their position. Four Widow Mines actually burrowing up and taking on a lot of these Immortals, a lot of health down, but these Immortals just hanging out right now and not actually doing okay. Now they're getting the damage. They should be able to clean up these Hellbats quickly. On the same time, a drop in the left-hand side of the map doesn't quite take out that Planetary Fortress, but there's still a couple Zealots waiting outside that base.
Yeah, it was in burning, but now being repaired. Widow Mines, again, we were talking about this. You lose your Observer, and those Widow Mines are going to reset as soon as the Immortals try and walk out of here.
Ooh, this is going to be a very bad idea if Dream wants to move out of there, because they will kill them with that low amount of health. Now, Dream's kind of moving into Archons here. Actually, yeah, 3 Archons. And I think it's a good idea, but I still feel like he needs those gateway units. Oh, an actual feedback goes down, but then... Nice feedback at the High Temple. Ooh, do you really want to send the Archon through that field?
It's going to bait this entire thing? Yeah. No.
I mean, I feel like you just send 2 Zealots.
That's a pretty expensive... Yeah, that's a pretty expensive player.
Whew. What do we got? We got... How many? 19 Widow Mines. Or no, 17 Widow Mines coming in. Even though this play is so gimmicky, it's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Strix. It's fun to definitely see, and I think he's doing very well, I feel like what would happen with DreamS is sometimes it's hard to deal with, but definitely Colossus Stalker, or just Colossus Gateway units would deal with this style very, very well after that initial attack. After the initial attack with a lot of Mortals, the Colossus Gateway unit style would work quite well.
Yeah, once you make them actually get rid of their tanks, you can rebuild that faster, and I think now he's in a bit of trouble. We'll have to back up with the Widow Mines. Like, they're awesome when they're with an army, but you can't go with just them.
Yeah, they actually killed some of each other, though. When they went off, they killed themselves, but there's even more now already. One Zealot desperately attempting to work away on them. 3-3 for DreamS right now, while Strix is literally at only 0-2. Or actually,
feedback.
0-3.
There's a High Templar over there, and this full energy medevac wandered by with 2 tanks in it. And
yeah, definitely.
Could have fed that. And he still can. It's like still right there.
I like this from Strix, actually throwing out 6 starports, definitely going into that air style, which, I mean, against 10 Immortals, it's really just going to be a complete blow-off. That's what I was saying, really. Right now, I feel like for DreamS, just, where's his Gateway army? I feel like he should have a lot bigger of a Gateway army, even though he is macroing pretty well. At least a ton of High Templars he should have. He needs something to complement this Immortal force.
Yeah, he could also be thinking about the 5th base at this point too. The way that the 3rd and 4th are set up right now, they almost serve as a liability, that they're so far away from your main region that if he swings around and goes over, then it's harder to defend. Whereas if you take one of these other 2 bases on the right-hand side, you're actually allowed to set your defense up more centrally, and that might work out for him.
Yeah, I agree with that, except for the only thing I feel like is if Strix does go for the natural or the main, definitely DreamS will have a nice flank with his main army, and then hopefully some Zealot Warpins from the front. So it will give him a bit of a nice position to actually be able to crush or to surround that army, and that'd probably be the best thing to happen to him here. But I'm not sure if we're going to see that. Strix looking like he's just hanging out here. He's ready. If Dream moves in, which I mean, Dream's kind of posturing for that, but I don't know if he really wants to try to come up this ramp. He looks a little bit nervous about that. But it will look like Strix landing all his Vikings, probably burrowing his Widow Mines in a minute once he sees this army coming up. And he does see it. Widow Mines won't be burrowed yet. Immortals engaged. All Widow Mines are burrowed, but they may actually... a little bit of splash damage to the own units. A whole bunch of...
there's the Hunter Seeker. Will he get out of range? Yeah, all but one.
Right as I started saying that, I forgot what the name of that was, and I was like, a whole bunch of... Oh, crap. What are these things? Hunter Seeker missiles don't actually do a lot of damage to these Immortals. It's so funny, because there's a couple times where the Immortals will taken out by Widow Mines, but you just gotta realize it's like 20 Widow Mines shots. That's 5 or 6 Widow Mine shots. Yeah,
exactly. They do absorb a whole lot of that. I keep waiting for, like, an amount of storms or something to go down on the Widow Mines, but he doesn't even have storm research.
Yeah, and he's got a couple High Templars, but only for feedback, apparently. Yeah. I would also like to point out that Strix is pumping out 6 Banshees at a time. Is going full upgrades on those Banshees. So, I mean, in probably a minute and a half, DreamS is going to be in a very bad position. I'd actually say less than that, probably 45 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, you often will get your own Stargates out to have some sort of air position on all this. So good. Because if you can transfer into your own air superiority against like tanks on the ground and stuff, that can be pretty good. Or getting into a few Tempests so that you can, because if you look at this type of position, a Tempest would just slowly start picking this apart so that you can't play this long, like eventually you have to move. Yeah. But yeah, he hasn't made the move into anything like that yet.
Yeah. These Banshees will start to move in. 4 Archons actually will do a decent amount of damage to these, holding them off, but once those Archons are gone, there's nothing to defend. For DreamS, if you saw this composition, what would you do on Ladder Ender against this very heavy Widow Mine mech composition? What would be the optimal Protoss, do you think?
I think a lot of what he's doing is at least down the right alley. I would definitely get Storm by now, because particularly for Storm is so effective against Banshees now that he's seen those, and against like this
feedbacks.
Feedbacks are awesome, and the Widow Mines are all clustered up. So a Storm on the middle of those. Look at how many of these are damaged, and you can thin those numbers out. And there's almost no other way to get to it. Other than that, I think he's on the right track, and you might get Stargate to have something else to do. But this, he's coming in now, and this may be crushing all the position.
Doing a lot of damage, actually.
Useless. Yeah.
A lot of those Zealots taken out, but now he's got 8 Immortals here and nothing to deal with these Banshees. Not Mothership teleport home either. So these will slowly work on this. On the left-hand side of the map, 4 Hellions, actually, Blue Flame Hellions, getting a nice run by. So far, DreamS has lost 30 probes to that. Or not to that, but 30 probes in all. It looks like these Immortals will be sent home. Really, right now, I feel like Strix goes into the main, pick off as much tech as he wants with these Banshees. GG. Strix takes game 1.
Hello, here we are on Overgrowth, and up here on the top right-hand side of the map, we have our red Terran player who just took game number 1 using a nice combination of mech units and the lovely Widow Mine. It is the teamless Terran player. He is... We have names, right? Forget. No, we don't have names. It is Strix. It's Strix.
Otherwise, I really goofed up the first one. And his opponent currently down 1 game in the bottom left-hand corner. Playing for Dust Gaming, the pink Protoss player. Flashing his pinkness, we have DreamS. Alright, starting this off, Strix going for a 9 scout, or actually... 9 scout, I think. No. 12 scout. Going for a scout on 12, actually, just being a little bit wary, but doing the exact same build in the first game. And I'm curious how this is going to change due to the map, because the map definitely is a lot smaller. Overgrowth, very, very standard map, but there's a lot of surface area to get your Reaper in. Or a lot more than the previous map, not a lot.
Yeah, definitely. There's not that, like, 2-tier thing that we saw where you have to go up 1 level, then up another, where you're definitely going to get caught. Here, you can at least poke in and out. I think he'll just make the 1, and yeah, that's what he's doing. But he'll get more information probably this time around. And Dream, despite putting the buildings behind his mineral lines here, he didn't actually create like a wall off this time. So he will get scouted, and the fact that he's got a Stargate will be known soon.
Yeah, that's a really big tell, or that's a really big thing for Strix to know at least. Getting ready for any attacks that'll come in now. I'm guessing probably not an Oracle. He may actually try. Really, that's the only thing he can do out of that. He will be throwing down the Twilight Council instead of Twilight Council in the right-hand corner, so I don't know if that was a backup, because he already had the pylon down there. So he may have already been planning to do that and get the Stargate spotted, but I'm curious if he's going to build an Oracle out of that. That's going to definitely lose him a lot of Vespene that I think he needs for whatever he's doing in the bottom right-hand corner, but also his opponent, Strix, will pretty much know it's going to hit him, so he's curious what he's going to actually transition to.
And he is going to make it. Yeah, I don't know. This is really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because you're right. It's like this is very gas intensive. I was half expecting him to make a Dark Shrine.
Same.
And not make anything out of the Stargate, but of course now that he made something, he can't really do that. Also, I think he might have trapped his probe in over there, but he's going to get Blink.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe he was going to actually just cancel the Stargate all in and do a DT Shrine. Just go as max DT he can.
That's what I thought he might do, but no. And Oracle does get seen there. He actually chooses to turn his beam on to attack the Reaper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This Oracle moving into the main, now there is a Widowmine right there. And I think that Oracle may be able to pick off these guys on Vespene, but we'll have to see right here how he moves in. Looks like the Marines of Strix not super prepared, but they will be. Oh, they actually will be completely ready for this. You guys got to be very careful for DreamS Micro right here. Blink coming out and 3 more gates, so definitely a large Blink play we're going to see. Only off of 1 base too. Well, Strix going for the natural base, but going for his natural right now, but he does not have any tech labs, so he's not going to have any Marauders. Pumping out a lot of Marines though, so we're going to have to see how he deals with this.
I think it's just occurred to me what he exactly has done. He had no intention of ever going in with this Oracle. This is his high ground spotter. He did not make a mothership core.
Yeah.
So he's going to do a blink all in with the Oracle being his high ground spotter. On the other hand, though, we've got a Widowmine and 6 Marines moving on out.
I really like that move right there, because on one hand, if there's nothing defending the main, you go for it if your opponent didn't scout it. And if your opponent does scout it, they're saying, oh, he's going Oracle, he's going to do that. Yeah. So I really like that play. You are a little bit gas heavy early on, but I'm liking that. Strix moving in the right-hand side of the map, and his Stalker's moving out. And even though I'd love to say these Stalkers should be at home, really, they should be at home, but if they can't catch this medevac out of position, it will get the Widowmine down, and there'll be pretty much nothing to defend and no.
Yeah, he expected there to be a natural. Obviously, there's not, so now he knows something's kind of weird. Yeah, he'll get one down. There's no detection.
And in this position, at least for the Widowmine, it's definitely safer just to leave your probes there, at least with that Widowmine how it was, since he didn't spot it fast enough. Now these Stalkers will have to deal with these small amounts of Marines, and a little bit worried for that. But on the other side of the map, it looks like DreamS is getting in position to do that blink up, but not blinking yet. Looks like he's looking at home. And Strix does actually have a tank that should get in siege mode very, very soon, and it'll actually be in an amazing position.
Oh, he blinked right on it. It's going to die immediately. No preparation there. He's kind of got to go after before like a Widowmine or anything else comes out. He will blink back down.
I'd love to see Pulsar Beam activated right now to take out a lot of these SCVs quickly.
Yeah, you could absolutely murder these. I really like this whole idea. The concept of this is quite good.
Yeah.
It delays everything a little bit, and also he's not mining it all right now. But so this Stalker Force is everything. The tank is out now. Gets back into position. He's now shelling down. And yeah, the Oracle could be playing a vital role in this, and it's not.
Yeah. Maybe he's a little bit too worried about losing it and having no high ground, but I still think with a little bit of micro, that Oracle could easily take out every single SCV attacking right there. Yeah. Could even take out all these Marines if it wanted to. But it's not damaged at all, and he's got full Pulsar Beams. Stalker's still working away. In the main of DreamS, doesn't know that Oracle also could have the Revelation ability right there.
Yeah, exactly. He'll need the detection as well. The tank coming out again, but it'll get blinked on immediately. And I think that is it. So I really like this whole build by DreamS. I mean, obviously, he even got surprised there by what Strix did. There's still like a Widowmine in his mineral line, but he's just like triggered it and goes back to mining.
Yeah. Welcome back to ASL Vanguard League. Game 3 of this best of 3 between these two great players. We do see in the bottom right-hand corner our Terran player playing for no team at all, but representing the teal color. We have Strix.
Yeah. And up here on the top left-hand side of the map, we have our Protoss player representing Team Dust. It is DreamS.
I always find it kind of funny when you see a player without a what's it called, or without a clan tag, because it looks so strange. You're like, is that really what they look like? Is that the name? That's cool. Are we muted right now? People saying, someone just messaged me we're muted.
Really? I don't know. Hopefully we're live.
Hopefully no, but
I have. Okay.
Jerk.
Maybe you're muted, random person.
Yeah. All right.
Ever think about that? So we have spawned in the cross positions. Both players almost in sync with their scouting. We'll find out at the same time what the positions in fact are. A Reaper is out, and then again just going into the reactor. So pretty typically making that single Reaper. Of course, cross being a little bit longer, so probably this Stalker's actually going to be out by the time it even gets there.
Yeah, definitely. And it's interesting from Strix literally doing the exact same build in all 3 games. Now, obviously, there's a lot of variance you can do in it, or at least transition into. But I'm kind of curious from, it's just interesting. I'm curious if DreamS would use, in maybe a longer series, might use that against him, but we'll have to see. Looks like DreamS trying to catch this SCV scout, getting the Mothership Core into a nice position, Stalker doing some damage. Let's see if he can actually catch it, though. And from DreamS, we're actually going to see what I'm guessing is going to be a Robo-Fast expand, and nothing like the second game in that Stalker stuff, but we'll have to see what's going on.
His probe in the natural really trying to track down this SCV to prevent the CC from going up. He's trying to build it in place, and often this will happen, at least until the 2 Marines come out.
Yeah, definitely trying to...
Did the Reaper go somewhere? Reaper is still alive, but he went all the way back.
Now.
Yeah, he went all the way back home. I think maybe to try and deal with that harassing probe.
Yeah, definitely. Trying to make sure nothing's going to get down. No proxy pylons. The Stalker of DreamS will be almost in position here. It should be able to catch it, but it looks like it's actually moving a little bit more. Looks like DreamS throwing down that pylon there just to have a little bit more sight in his main, and the Reaper will start to engage. Now, I'm worried for the Reaper here because I feel like the Sentry Stalker Mothership Core should be able to kill it, and as I say that, it gets out fine. And
he only brought the Stalker,
right there.
so... although if he hops up here, maybe he'll get in range. No, takes 1 shot and gets out. A little bit of surprise there because he didn't reveal that the Reaper existed. He brought it up to like the 4th base and just left it there and went home because he still had the SCV alive. So there was no reason to go in and scout with it. And
very good point. Later. DreamS making sure if that Reaper gets in again, kind of walling off the main in some parts, getting his Forge down. Now, he is going Twilight Council. Do you think this is going to be to complement his Robo? Or do you think he's actually just making the Robo just in case and actually going to go like Blink Stalker?
I kind of hope that it's, probably Blink first, but will he...
Not enough gas, though.
It's kind of unusual. He's got an Observer out already. I don't know if that would be for spotting again. He's getting the upgrades as well. He could go into some sort of like 2-base Blink play later on. And he's getting more observers. So, yeah, not really sure. Obviously, there's just the 1 gateway there as well. So I think he's just going to proceed like eventually on to Colossus. He's just getting Blink a little bit earlier. Maybe he's a lot more wary of the Widowmine drops and wants to catch. So it may just be something that is prompted by his opponent's play. But this time around, we have Strix going for Hellions, and 1 Stalker will come out to greet them.
Yeah, when I was seeing those Hellions coming over, I was saying, well, you probably Blink would be pretty good, but I'd love to just see Blink, throwing on 3 more gates. I'd love to see a whole bunch of Blink come out, whole bunch of Blink Stalkers and a couple of Mortals to complement that, and move in for a maybe not a kill, but definitely try to pressure Strix. I can't pronounce anything right now. It is Strix though. Try to pressure Strix into his natural or his main to contain him there for a little while. But it looks like the exact opposite will happen. Strix pretty much containing DreamS into his natural and his main for right now, pulling actually all the probes from his natural into his main. So currently he has 30 saturated in his main. I feel like the cost of doing that is greater than the cost of letting them sit there and possibly losing some.
It depends how many you think you're going to. He will lose the sentry there. And the thing is more that he almost can't even deal with 6 Hellions.
Yeah, he can snipe 2 of them, I feel like, but it looks like he's not. I find it really funny if the Hellions kill the Nexus. Reinforcing with more Stalkers definitely does not want to let the Stalkers get up the base. He does show he has Blink now, though, and no sentries coming out. More Stalkers trying to get out with a little bit of micro, or sorry, not micro, with a little bit of sniping. I think he should be okay, though.
Yeah, I think the Hellions decided to dive here a little too soon.
Yeah, another Hellion. Oh.
Yeah, could have backed off again. Turns into a Hellbat there, revealing that possibility.
Yeah, a lot of tech revealed right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he could have, like, given that his opponent had pulled everything away from the natural, there's no wall or anything there. If he had kind of killed a Stalker or 2, which is annoying to have Hellions kill your Stalkers, then pulled back, he may have just made him paranoid for a little bit longer, but it looks like DreamS will be pushing across. He's got an observer knowing what's leaving the base now, so that's pretty good. And the Hellions will walk directly in.
Some nice blinks, taking out those Hellions. I'd love to see one of these observers come with the Stalkers actually to attack this. But since he did show he has Blink right here, Strix is pretty much ready for this. 2 bunkers up. Now there is no tech lab. Actually, there is a tech lab, but not for any barracks units. DreamS moving in, trying to blink some Stalkers.
Yeah, no repair on that
takes out the first bunker.
And getting repair in the second, but a little too late, and it will still fall.
Yeah, the second bunker does fall. I feel like right now for DreamS, I don't think he actually wants to back off right now. I think he wants to pressure until this army is too big, because really right now, unless Strix goes lots of Hellions, he can't catch up to the Blink Stalkers. And the only other thing is Widowmine, so that definitely can't catch up to Blink Stalkers. So I feel like he should keep pressure on like he's doing right now. Now he does have a nice proxy pylon location with getting more units in, but only warping in 2 or 3 Stalkers at a time.
Yeah, he's leaving an awful lot back at home too, and largely due to obviously being worried about counter drops and counterplay, but his mothership's at home. He's got 3 Immortals coming across now, and 2 of them were actually just waiting at home up until that 3rd one was ready. So that's a lot of army and everything that's been built and is not actually there.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of armies being left behind. And still, again, that observer kind of staying in a decent spot to spot. The main army's moving out, but really, DreamS knows where the main army is, defending Strix's natural. So he does. Oh yeah, he does actually have another observer with the army. My bad. But now 4 Immortals in 10 or 11 Stalkers. So very nice force to deal with. A big blink forward could do a lot of damage right here. It looks like he's actually. Oh, he's going to go for these SCVs. I think actually, if he blinked forward, there's no Marauders in the bunkers. Okay, the Widowmines are moving back into position now. If those Widowmines are out of position and he moves in, that could do a lot of damage right there. Or the Widowmines are out of position.
Yeah, I think Strix is trying to anticipate like a blink up into the high ground, but there's no way that's going to happen. Like,
he does not want to lose that Immortal. It would be very easy to lose it, and he doesn't want to lose it right there, and he does keep pushing.
Looking at the coverage, if he could sneak behind the mineral line, that's where he wants to be right now. The tanks are not in range of that. Nothing is currently like in firing range of behind the mineral line. Just pick off 2 Widowmines. Yeah, I think that's where he wants to go.
Now, I'm curious if DreamS is going to keep pressuring or transition, because he's still only on 2 base. Now, obviously, Strix is also on 2 base. But so far out of DreamS, literally for the past 3-4 minutes, only 2 Immortals at a time. Okay, now making some probes, literally only 2 Immortals at a time. Yeah. 2 Immortals at a time, nothing else coming out of him. No upgrades. But that's just because the Immortals are so gas-heavy, doing double robo from here. And he is actually moving to take a different position. Now, I think he actually might want to keep some of these Widowmines in the high ground. Oh, actually, he is right now. But taking that rocks out, I think that's really good, not even if he pressures in, but just taking the rocks out, definitely it's scary for your opponent. Okay, now there's another attack path that can be taken.
Yeah, this is...
No,
he somehow had those on attack and just loses one there for kind of nothing. He could be baiting... I mean, it's harder with the tanks actually there, but you can use stalkers to set these off without actually losing them. So you could be doing that to draw out some of the fire. But as contained as the Terran is, I don't know how this is going to go.
I actually say this is going to go pretty well for the Terran, but actually I'll have to see. DreamS moving in a lot of big Widowmine shots. What I was going to say, though, for Strix is it does look like DreamS is going for a third, but Strix has 30, or what? Did he lose a whole bunch of probes? Oh, they're healing it. He does have 30 SCVs in 25, 30 in his natural, 25 in his main, so when he does expand, he'll have it completely saturated. Unlike DreamS here, which is only at 11 in his natural, one probe not actually working, and then his third is done, but nothing happening there. So definitely, I feel like the economy of Strix, once he moves out a little bit more, is going to be a lot stronger, and without these lot of Blink Stalkers, he's pretty much lost the momentum of this army.
Yeah, and again, just not clearing out enough of the Widowmines at all. And we saw, again, he got into a position, they had all fired, he was standing on top of them, and the detection was gone for a bit.
Yeah, detection, yeah, he pulled that observer that's a little further back, and he didn't even try to bait them. I think like 2 stalkers blinked in. You don't even need to be fancy and blink them out. Just 2 stalkers blinked in would have probably taken a lot of Widowmine shots.
Yeah, and during this entire thing, yes, Strix is contained, and yes, he can't take his own third. He is, however, upgrading like level 3 weapons. And, you know.
Oh, needs to burrow. It's definitely kind of, you can keep contending the guy, but just if you can't poke his eyes out, you can't punch him in the face, he's just gonna keep getting stronger slowly and slowly. I don't know where that analogy came from, but it came from. But I like these Hellbats trying to push out, but they got to be careful.
Yeah, this could still go either way if either player gets out of position or gets caught unburrowed or unsieged in this spot as well. I think Strix, there he's going to move it. As soon as I said it, could actually land this and provoke an attack.
Does not want to lose it to those stalkers.
I'll bring him back in as he swings around.
With Strix right now, sorry. With DreamS, actually, I'd love to see a few Colossus mixed in because of how many Immortals he's getting. There's not that many tanks out, and I feel like, honestly, versus heavy Widowmine, Colossus...
Oh, there's a blink off. Yeah, there's those Banshees yet again. Oh, the massive blink forward, but blinked onto where mines now are. A lot of them going off here, taking things out. The tanks, though, a little slow to move. He could actually attack with the Immortals on the low ground, but he doesn't realize it. Oh, there he comes now.
He's going in.
He started to go back, and now he's coming up. Blink's on top of everything. But he's losing a lot of the Stalkers. There's very few Stalkers left.
He needs to move back now. He does not want to move forward. Oh,
nice blink out.
Some bad hits. And still for just Strix here now. Oh, okay, yeah, 30, you're going to want to put it back. He may actually lose that, but he's got so many SCVs right now. Now, DreamS has saturated his natural, actually his third, not his natural, though. Natural's still going a little crazy, but his main is completely mined out. And it will look like we will see 3-3 coming for Strix right now. It should be pretty strong here. Or, sorry, 0-3, 3 attack.
Yeah, and it's going to come in the form, well, not only what he's got in the ground already. The Banshees were meant to be a complete surprise. They're not a complete surprise, but he will have 4 to 6 of them in pretty short order. Oh, this is all gonna go. Oh, just one goes off. He's pretty...
that was like, oh no, it was literally a second too late on that.
Oh, okay, now this time. This is one more.
Now we see out of Strix still just producing constant Widowmines, but his main is mined out. But really, once he loses a lot of the Immortals, I feel like he's lost his momentum. But still, he seems to be taking a lot of damage from these Widowmines. I don't think he's necessarily be taking. Or I think he should be able to defend them, but he's still basically pumping 2 Immortals out at a time. What do you think DreamS can do in this position? He actually has the second. He's the second orbital command up. I'd love to see a 4th go down, and just be prepared to, if I can move out, be super greedy.
A really key thing here now is he's lost the Observer. There's no Observer anymore.
Ooh.
And these Banshees don't have cloak or anything, but they are researching it. So 6 Banshees with Cloak when you don't have detection, that's not good at all.
Strix needs to take his third right now, needs to pop that command center up so he can start mining there. That'll help him a lot. But moving to defend this third, now like we were saying in the first game, Strix is completely out of position. DreamS can just blink up into the main, so that's really what's hard about when you haven't quite got the momentum of your mech going. But it looks like DreamS actually engaging those Banshees. Oh, one big hit actually does a lot of damage. Very close as units are.
Yeah, he can't let him go up, but he also is trying to wait until these Banshees have Cloak.
Oh, and 2 Immortals kind of going in the wrong
2
position.
Immortals walking by. One of them just going to die there. He's trapped himself. I don't know if he could get out.
That's actually that. I don't know if Strix planned that. I mean, he definitely didn't plan it. It was because DreamS moved into there, but it's definitely good for him. Oh, nice blink back. I like that.
Yeah, and the Banshees now have Cloak. The Banshees could come in and just kill. Nice blink away. He's really going to do it 2 by 2. There's one too lost. Yeah.
I'd love to see a Raven come out of this because he can make some Ravens just to spot those
the observers. Because now that he's got the Cloak in particular, and here he comes in with some Cloak Banshees, and this forces the hand of his opponent.
Yeah. Right now for DreamS, definitely a clock timing just to get out of there, and he does get out of there quickly enough. He had to push out, but a lot of his Stalkers very, very low in health and only 2 Immortals. Oh, a lot taken out actually there. He's only got 4 Stalkers left, a couple more Stalkers warped in, but he will be on the run, and these Immortals are pretty much done for here, unless these Stalkers can blink back and he can get these Observers in a nice position, but the Observers are gone. I'm not sure where they went actually.
I think they just get caught in a Widowmine Blast. And that's often a huge problem with them, particularly since they do like bonus damage to shields.
Yeah,
You just lose your, like, even on any splash radius at all, you lose your Observer. I keep feeling like, and I know why he's doing it, but I really don't agree with the decision, is the Mothership Core stayed home the entire time. And the Mothership Core would grant vision and time warps and everything. Also, if you get stuck in a position you can't get out, you recall from it. So there's a lot of times when he could have committed to something more if the recall was available and he knew he wasn't going to lose the army. But because it's home completely, that wasn't an option. Now, he is getting a lot of Phoenixes.
Yeah, I was going to say from there, I feel like three Stargate, maybe a little overkill. Now, yes, there is 3 Banshees. Maybe he's thinking he's going to make a lot more Banshees here, but I feel like 3 Stargate's a little overkill. 2, or 1, maybe 2 to start pumping these out, but he does have the economy to do it, so we'll see. Maybe he may transition to Void Rays. I'd also like to say, if he did bring the Mothership Core, time warping the Widow Mines that they try to burrow would be great. Yeah. And he does have 200 on it because it was sitting for so long, so even if you have to time warp once, you still can teleport home.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a utility. It's kind of meant to be. I mean, yes, you can defend with it, and even at the very early attack, maybe that makes sense. But 27 minutes into the game,
Yeah, definitely.
Do something else. Like put a cannon back there or something.
This is a bit off topic, but I think kind of random. I don't even know if they'd have any idea of this for Legacy of the Void, but I think it'd be really cool to have an upgrade to give like your Mothership Core 300 to 300, so it could time warp, come home, and then I mean it's really random, but I think that'd be kind of a cool thing. Now we do see from Strix Sensor Tower, Willib see the observers and sees these Phoenixes moving in. There's only one thing that can move this fast for Protoss, and trying to one missile turret actually will do a decent amount of damage to maybe take out one Phoenix, but a lot of SCVs been killed. There's 10 SCVs killed so far, 12 at the end of that. And I think 1 or 2 Widow Mines burrowed on the edge of that would pretty much deal with any aggression by these. But there is the Observer sitting with these Phoenixes, but I don't really know if he's going to utilize that. I think it's just kind of ended up there through the process of things.
Yeah, I think he just kind of pulled back to the location at one point to have one in. And very often you'll get someone do that. They'll park one in the general vicinity and not have it on any hotkeys or anything so they don't lose it by accident.
Yeah. We do see some more gates being added on for DreamS right here, trying to get that gateway count up, which I think is a very, very good idea. And especially, even though he went Blink Stalker, he still only had 4 gates in the beginning. And now he's actually, okay, he's got 4, he's going to be on 6 gate with 2 Robo and 3 Stargate. So, I mean, he pretty much, when he needs to build something, he's got the production for it. Maybe a few more gates might work well, being on 3 base and all, but I'd love to see him take a 4th base, and then maybe, like he's doing right now, get up some Void Rays, but maybe get some charge lots. Do Void Ray charge lot, and see how that works for him.
Yeah, have something for the ground. I do agree. It's when you've got Void Ray, particularly against this type of thing, like, you have to be aware that Widow Mines could just run into your Void Rays.
Yeah.
And just set themselves off. You have to have something to complement it as well. Same with something like Tempest, like they move so slow. And I would like to see him move into Tempest. Like we kind of discussed this as an option in the first game, that he could switch into air and try and control things that way.
Yeah. I don't think that's that good of an idea for this game, just because there's not as many siege tanks. In the first game, there were so many siege tanks, but a Tempest working on Widow Mines, maybe one Tempest just to be in a siege position, but I think past 1, really not a good idea.
Yeah, they're more to put a clock on everything. It's not your main force, but it's more to, if you sit there and I sit here, then I fire this every...
Yeah, we can't keep sitting here.
That's about it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like in Hearthstone, essentially. When you have like a huge card out, it's like you got 2 turns to kill it or you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Period. Yeah. And, I was also saying with the Void Rays. Void Ray's very strong in this sense versus mech, but it's also kind of like Trickle and I were talking about this. But just how in the very beginning, in Legacy, or when Void Rays were in Wings of Liberty, everyone was like, okay, as a counter to Roach, and Stefano was just like, well, I make 200 supply of Roaches, your 10 Void Rays aren't going to do anything versus 200 supply constantly being reinforced.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like, Void Rays are good, but eventually with very, very good tank pressure, it will break it. But with 8 Void Rays, I think he's really okay, and he probably wants to meet this army before it actually touches him, and he wants the Phoenixes with this main army.
Yeah, this is going to be quite interesting. Let's see. If also what he chooses to pick up is going to be a really big deal.
Definitely.
He does force the burrow there, because he can't have the...
I'd love to see these Phoenixes just pick up a ton of Widow Mines. I mean, they may actually end themselves killed, but I think it'd be really cool if they can pull something off like this. Stalkers want a very nice concave coming into these. It looks like the Phoenixes... come on, you want to engage? Oh dear, that's not... a lot of the army taken out. That's one of my shots.
Okay, they're alive, kind of.
I love
really
this.
Low, but they are alive. And yeah, nice pickups on the siege tanks, which now don't do much of anything. But the Thors going to town on the weakened, very, very weak Void Rays.
Yeah, right now, really, Stalkers are being reinforced with, but even with Blink, I mean, I feel like he's going to run into these Widow Mines again. GG, well played. Strix takes Game 3, 2-1, in a great best of 3. I really enjoyed that series right there.
Yeah,